When I was in high school, had this gathering of companions that were very close. There was one young lady among them. We should call her Ashley, which I really liked. In any case, I was extremely modest then at that point and didn't make any meaningful difference either way. Yet early on, I assume I was enamored with her. Looking back now, I think she loved me too, as she gave out this multitude of signs, which I was too dumb to even consider seeing, so nothing truly occurred. Indeed, even my companions then, at that point, used to prod me about it, yet I generally denied my affections for her. So this happened for quite a long time, and we remained old buddies. Even after I left early abroad for uni, we somewhat floated separated a little. In any event, when she approached a similar city as me for uni, we didn't hang out so a lot. One summer, however, while back home, one of my dearest companions approached me one day and inquired as to whether it was all right by me on the off chance that he began seeing her. I was crushed, yet I actually denied my affections for herself and let him know it was all right by me. Somewhat lament not doing anything quite a while in the past, and it took me a really long time to move past her. In any case, I let myself know that everything worked out as Ashley and my companion are joyfully hitched, and they appear to make each other exceptionally blissful. I actually think of them as my dearest companions, and Ashley is still continuously paying special attention to me. Their satisfaction has certainly assisted me with moving past her at last. In any case, the genuine story I expected to get off my chest is about another young lady. We should call her Betty. Betty and Ashley were dearest companions in secondary school. At the point when I went abroad, it happened that she went simultaneously as me to a similar city. In any case, we went to various schools. Us being away from home in another city, we turned out to be very old buddies. And we hung out, talked on the telephone a great deal. However, around then, I had no affections for her, most presumably because I actually cared deeply about Ashley and don't figure she accomplished for me either, as she would continuously enlighten me concerning every one of the folks she met and who she enjoyed and so on. In any case, she began seeing this fellow, and he didn't appear to get a kick out of the chance to spend time with our gathering of companions, so we began to float separated. I would just see her sometimes, ordinarily during my birthday. She was truly into the fellow, and I think she was completely planning on wedding him. However, for reasons unknown, it didn't end up actually working, and they separated after a significant number of years. Understanding that every one of her companions around then were really his companions, she began to spend time with us once more, and she was taking the separation quite hard. And since I was the main single one on the gathering at the time, we began hanging out a great deal and turned out to be truly close once more. She was involving me for organization. I surmise I was involving her for the equivalent. At the time we began hanging out again, I was dating several young ladies, yet never truly went past the initial not many dates. One just got off a drawn-out relationship and simply needed to explore every available opportunity in the other. When one of her companions showed interest, she lost interest in me. This was while subsequent to spending time with Betty, again for a couple of months, I fell truly hard for Betty. It was abnormal reason we have forever been close. However, I never truly felt as such for her previously. As a matter of fact, I don't think at any point had such unmistakable inclinations for anybody, since Ashley likely significantly more. It took me in a additional couple of months, yet I at long last got the boldness to tell her how I felt. Despite the fact that I was almost certain she didn't feel the same way, it took a strange turn. I completely expected to get dismissed, yet I didn't anticipate that myself should accept it so hard. I generally let myself know I would have rather not lost her as a companion. So I made a good attempt to push the fellowship along. However, it was excessively off kilter. Surmise I made a good attempt as it reached the place that she was unable to try and look at me without flinching when I attempted to converse with her. Here in a final desperate attempt, I told her I needed to attempt to seek after it. However, she straight said no. I really tried to understand and eased off staying away from her for a couple months. Gradually began to move past her, or so I thought. Presently, a gathering of us, counting Betty, was going on a multi-week occasion to Europe. We had previously arranged this before I opened my motor mouth, and everything was reserved, so I was unable to retreat. I made plans to make the best out of the excursion and sever all contact later. As of now, I had scarcely addressed her in months, so I was fearing the ungainliness during the outing. However, it was much more dreadful. During the excursion, I fell much harder for her. Spending basically day in and day out with her for a considerable length of time was difficult for me. Furthermore, she didn't help what is going on. Either She showed no cumbersomeness any longer, and it was like we were dearest companions once more. We had an incredible outing, and in any event, when we kicked ease, we off visiting a great deal once more. In any case, clearly she realized I actually had these affections for her. Could she be that way on the off chance that she didn't sort of feel something? The interest was killing me. So I told her that I actually cared deeply about her. She clearly realized this, however, said she didn't feel something similar. I got some information about the absence of ungainliness. She just said I didn't cause to feel abnormal any longer. So I understood for my own psychological well-being, I needed to ease off. So I told her I really want to have some time off from our companionship. She said she comprehended. I didn't talk or see her for quite some time until 2 days prior was a gathering supper for a birthday of a common companion. We didn't address each other by any means. It will be her birthday this Sunday. I will most likely go and not address her again other than saying cheerful birthday. Do I suppose she's the one? Likely not. Do I see a future with her? I don't have any idea. However, what I cannot deny is that I have never felt like this for any young lady previously, and I can't deal with it. I stick on to every single piece of trust that one day she will feel the same way, despite the fact that during our companionship, I esteemed our fellowship more than she did. I actually contemplate her pretty much consistently, despite the fact that we don't talk.